Burning Crusade Classic? Is this too soon? Does the timing matter? Blizzard is sending out surveys asking people. I think we need to talk about it. BonusXP starts now. What's up, everybody? Ronal here, back with another BonusXP. This is our World of Warcraft show dedicated to what's happening in Azeroth, and today we have some pretty interesting news to talk through. But first, before we get going, for those of you that are new, first of all, thank you for checking out our channel. We know that new people are finding our content every day and watching it, and we sincerely appreciate all of you. If you are enjoying what you're seeing here, please help support the show by sharing it with a friend. You can also follow this and all of our other shows by subscribing to the channel. And as always, you can follow me personally on Twitter at Ronalgaming. Finally, you can always email the show at xpmedia2020@gmail.com. And we're always looking for feedback on all the shows that we make. So please leave a comment down below. Let us know your opinion on the show, anything we're doing, on the topic, whatever. Feel free to leave it down below. All right, let's dive in today. The first and obvious question around Burning Crusade Classic is the timing. To me, when I first heard about this, the first thing that went through my mind is, well, they had mentioned before that if they're going to do this, that they would want to wait until the classic content experience had reached its logical progression end. AQ was done, all of that. Now with the phase system that was going to be introduced into Classic, this is, in theory, at least a year and a half out. And who knows, we may end up still in that place, but Blizzard already is talking about Burning Crusade Classic servers. So I think a couple of things have happened that have changed their mind and changed the original progression timeline for Classic WoW. The fall off of players, which we've talked about in other bonus XP videos, please feel free to go check out the catalog on that. The fall off of players is definitely something that Blizzard is trying to deal with right now. And I'm not sure exactly if it directly impacted it, but had to be a decision factor in this, because right now the player population in Classic WoW is definitely reducing over time. There just are not as many people playing. And that's, for a number of reasons. There was going to be a natural fall off at some point, but also because Classic WoW in its design is a very time-consuming game. And it's also a very collaborative game. And I think that because of that, the current crop of gamers that are playing it, the people that really dig into Classic WoW and love it, don't have the time to play it to its fullest potential the way that you need to when you have to raid with 40-man raids and all the other time-consuming things that happen at level 60 when you play Classic. So now, a couple of questions are coming into the frame as we try to think about Classic Burning Crusade servers. First of all, the purity of the game. And we'll get into this because Blizzard recently sent out a survey with 4 options for different Burning Crusade server options, how the players would progress into those servers, how the servers themselves would function, and kind of what, the best option you as the gamer would like to see out of these 4. And I think the purity of the game and your opinion on the purity of the game is really going to be where you're going to fall in this. And this is going to be all over the map. I'm not here to say that one of these is necessarily better than any other option. I do have an opinion on what I think is a bad option for the game for a number of reasons, but I don't necessarily know that I necessarily have the smoking gun of the best option for the game. So let's get into this and talk about the 4 options that Blizzard sent out in their survey to current Classic players. The first option was, continue playing my current Classic character on my existing server as it progresses to the Burning Crusade expansion, with the option to transfer to a Classic server that will never progress past level 60. So what that basically means is, take Thunder Fury, for example. All of Thunder Fury has the option to transfer to a new Classic server that will never progress past level 60, but Thunder Fury itself will continue on, be upgraded with the Burning Crusade expansion in the current state of all of the players will naturally progress with it like it did in the original expansion process. Now, I think the word here that really caught me in this option is the word transfer. It's a very, very specific and meaningful word. If it's going to be a transfer, that means that I can't stay on Thunder Fury and go to a level 60 server that's going to be capped at 60. If it's the word copy, I can copy my character, which I have a large amount of time invested in, which happens to be dancing in the background, to a level 60 server where I can continue and keep my classic experience capped at level 60 in any progression or options in the game that are at level 60, and that's it, pre-Burning Crusade. My hope is that they mean copy when they say have the option to transfer here, because copy means that I could have both experiences. I could progress into the Burning Crusade. I could also continue on playing the type of game that I'm playing in the current classic server. Now, I will say one thing. Anybody who thinks that they're going to just stick with classic on a classic server and copy their character, so let's say that transfer does mean copy their character here, is going to end up in a scenario where the population is going to be even less and more niche on that server. And I'm not sure how sustainable that really is going to be, but I do think that that's really the only way that this option makes sense. Option 2 is to start a brand new character from level 58 on a new Burning Crusade server. So this option would be start up a brand new copy of Thunder Fury. This server has nobody on it, nothing's on it. When you log in from day one, you get to start at level 58 and you can start going right into the Burning Crusade, much like retail WoW functions today with the character boosts. Now this is super interesting to me because I think that this is probably going to be the option that they pick. And the reason why is because this option requires the least amount of time investment to start playing the content directly. And this is why they did this in retail in the first place, because it was way too hard to get someone from level 1 to the current content. And because that mountain was too high, they had these character boosts in place. And the population, it kept a lot of the old players coming back, and it was easier for players to bring new friends into the game. And so I think they're probably going to end up with at least an option to create a level 58 character. If not, this is the way that they go. Option 3 is to start a brand new character from level 1 on a new Burning Crusade server. And this option, I think, is probably one that most people are going to think that they want, but not really want as if it was played out directly. Because this option is a lot of time. We can see this with Classic. It is a huge time investment to level a character from 1 to 60. To go from 1 to 70, it's an even larger amount of time. And what's going to end up happening is the Burning Crusade expansion will be part of this server, and if there are no level 60 characters on it, no one will do anything in the Burning Crusade expansion for at least a month, because even the fastest speed levelers are going to take at least a couple weeks to get to level 60. I think this option is probably not one that's going to be pursued. I personally hope it's not. All right, the fourth option was to continue playing on my classic character on my existing server that will never progress past level 60. So Thunder Fury, capped at 60 forever, never go past it, with the option to transfer to a brand new Burning Crusade server. Now again, here's some issues with this. Transfers can lead to problems when your community is not progressing from its current state, meaning you're not taking the existing server with the existing history, the existing economy, the existing reputations, the existing guilds, everything already in place. When you don't just upgrade that and you just cherry pick out, say, okay, I want to take my character with its resources, with its history, and move to a new server, you run into problems, because WoW is a game that is all about the amount of time that you put in. And there are people that have put in a lot of time, have a lot of gold, they have a lot of crafted items, and immediately what's going to happen is you're going to go to level 60, you're going to move into this new Burning Crusade server, you're going to take a bunch of gold with you, and the economy is going to be in shambles. There's going to be people that are going to be able to really artificially manipulate the entire server through the auction house. and this is going to be not good. Now, I've seen some opinions on the internet about maybe just transferring with soulbound items. That's definitely something that could happen. That would be good. Or limiting the amount of gold that you can transfer, but even that feels kind of weird. I just think that this option of transferring a 60 to a new server is just really not going to work. I just, no matter what you do, people are going to be upset. I mean, if you move your character without their gold or only with soulbound items, either way, it's going to feel like I did all this progression work to get kind of a weird hybrid situation for starting the Burning Crusade, and I don't think this is what's going to end up happening. Well, so those are our 4 options, at least for now, that Blizzard was asking people about. I think, as a final thought, I'm personally excited for TBC in general, so I want to say that I'm excited for that. I plan on playing it. After the experience of Classic, I think I have more realistic expectations for how the TBC experience is going to go, and I think that the most of the community now, having experienced Classic, having gone through the euphoria of the first couple of months, the level off in the player population and kind of slow decline now, I think most of the community has realistic expectations for TBC. And so I'm kind of personally hoping that we end up in a situation where all of the existing servers are upgraded and everything moves forward, but with the option to copy your character to a level 60 only server. So I realize this is going to create probably a new and interesting balance on the level 60 only side. But what I'm hoping is that they take this opportunity to do server consolidation for the classic WoW only, so the 1 to 60 experience, and say these 10 servers today, we're going to only open up, say, 5 level 60 only servers for everyone to transfer to that wants to still enjoy that experience. I think if they do that, both groups will win. You have a bunch of people who really enjoy the classic WoW experience, the 60 experience, that will have enough people in the same place to sustain that experience. And of course, the population, which will be expanding for Burning Crusade as a rush of people come in, will already have plenty of servers with established economies to really make that experience enjoyable for everybody. We really would like to know your opinion on this. Please leave a comment below. Which one of these options do you think is the best option for the game? Obviously, we all want the game to be successful. We want this to be around for a long time. Having these classic servers is a new season for WoW and something that's definitely new and interesting. So we want to make sure that Blizzard does it the right way. So comment below, let us know what you think, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks, everybody.